NARRAK fat tire folding electric bike. That's what I've been riding lately, and honestly, it's got a lot going for it, especially for regular folks like me who want something versatile, tough, and convenient for everything from everyday commute to a bit of weekend adventure. First impressions matter, and the NARRAK fat tire folding electric bike definitely stands out when you see it. The step-over frame I have comes in this bright orange color that looks super sporty but not too flashy. The fat tires are what caught my eye right away. They're 4 inches wide and just look ready for anything you throw at them. It's a 20-inch wheel setup, which is such a good middle ground. Not as bulky as mountain bikes, not too puny either. The frame is aluminum, so it manages to feel both sturdy and not as clunky as you'd expect from a bike that can do so much. When you walk up to the bike, you immediately notice that step-through design. For me, and I'm not particularly tall, it's awesome because I don't have to hike my legs super high just to get on or off. I used to worry about electric bikes being huge and intimidating. This one's approachable, practical, and still feels strong. The folding mechanism doesn't scream compromise either. I was nervous at first, thinking, okay, how solid can this really be? But after putting a few hundred miles on it, I trust the hinge and locks completely. Folding it down is easy once you get the hang of the latch, and it does actually fit in my car trunk. That means I can take it on trips, to the park, or just store it out of the way at home. Let's talk about the riding experience for a second. This is an electric folding bike, powered by a 750-watt motor, with a peak of 1100 watts if you really push it, and a 48 volts, 624-wire lithium battery that's fully removable. The battery locks in with a key. Honestly, a huge relief when you're out and about and need to leave the bike somewhere. You don't have to worry nearly as much about someone casually walking away with it. Charging is straightforward. I usually just pop the battery out and plug it into the wall in my kitchen or garage. The fat tires really make a difference, even if you're not a bike expert. If you're new to fat tire bikes, it just means they're wider and give you better grip and stability, especially on gravel, dirt, or when you're cutting across grass at the park. Even on city streets, puddles and potholes don't rattle you half as much. The ride is just smoother, less wobbly, and more forgiving if you're not perfect at choosing your line. The NARRAK also sports front suspension, which I wasn't sure I needed, but after hitting a couple of unexpected bumps, I'm grateful for it. The seat isn't anything fancy, just basic vinyl, but it's wide enough, and I haven't needed to replace it yet. Now, onto the electric part. You've got an M5 large LCD display mounted right in front of you. It tells you your speed, battery level, total mileage, and even which assist or throttle mode you're using. It's definitely handy, especially when you're watching your battery on a longer ride. The control is simple. You turn the key, press the power button, and you're set. There are 4 riding modes. Walk mode for when you're just strolling and pushing the bike. Throttle mode where you twist the throttle and let the motor do everything. No pedaling required. Pedal assist. If you want to combine your own pedal power with the motor, makes going uphill way easier. And a regular bike mode if you want to switch the e-assist off and just ride old school. From my experience, throttle mode is addictive. There's something kind of wild about zipping along at up to 28 miles per hour without moving your legs. I recommend helmet, obviously, but it's a blast. Pedal assist is more my daily go-to because it feels like I'm getting exercise, but with a little less sweat on longer rides, especially handy in the summer heat. Safety is another aspect I want to touch on. The NARRAK has dual disc brakes with this automatic power cutoff. Whenever you hit the brakes, the motor cuts immediately. It's a nice reassurance, especially the first couple of rides when you don't quite trust how fast you're going. In my opinion, stopping power is good, though I did notice the rear brake is softer than the front, especially if you're rolling fast and need to stop quick. For city use and trail rides, it doesn't worry me, but if you're carrying more weight or consistently hitting top speeds, you might want to double-check your brake pads after a while. The bike comes with a bright LED headlight and taillight, so even in the early morning or late evening rides, I always feel seen. The taillight actually brightens when you squeeze the brake, which is a small feature that gives me extra peace of mind in traffic. While the basic package doesn't include extras like a rear rack bag or mirrors, I added those myself and recommend that for anyone planning to use the bike for errands or groceries. Let me get into the points I like best. Fat tires, for one, just change the way I feel about riding. Even if you're not a confident biker, they make everything easier, and I don't worry as much about losing control. I also really value the folding design. My apartment isn't huge, so being able to tuck the bike out of sight is a game changer for me. The removable battery means I'm never stuck finding an outside power outlet. Just take it inside, charge up, and get back out there. The power is also more than enough for daily riding, and the speed still makes my commute feel fun. Another thing I want to highlight is the step-over frame. I was nervous about heavy e-bikes, but the design here, even with the 63-pound weight, feels manageable, especially the way you can just step into the frame instead of swinging your leg way up. From my experience, assembly was simple. The bike came mostly put together, and the instructions were clear enough for me, not a mechanic, by the way, to figure out. The instructions used straightforward language, so I wasn't left guessing what tool went where. I liked having that user manual on hand just in case. One concern I had before buying was weight. 63 pounds is no joke, especially if you're smaller or need to regularly lift the bike in and out of a car or up some stairs. For me, it's manageable, but it might not be super portable for everyone. I also felt the gears could be a bit smoother, but for city rides and most trails, the 7-speed Shimano shifter works just fine. Another thing that stood out was the customer service. I had a question about the charger, reached out, and got a pretty quick reply from their California support team. That makes a difference, especially when you're dealing with electronics and unfamiliar tech. You're not on your own if something goes wrong. In conclusion, the NARRAK Fat Tire folding electric bike is a solid choice for anyone who wants an electric bike that's powerful, comfy, and flexible enough to fit different lifestyles. Whether you're commuting, exploring city streets, or heading off for a weekend ride in the park or on some gravel, it fits right in. It's perfect for anyone who doesn't want to stress about bumpy paths or bad roads and likes the benefit of folding it away when not in use. It's not the lightest e-bike around, and you might want to upgrade tiny details if you ride a lot. But in my opinion, the positives far outweigh the drawbacks. If you found this quick review helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment if you have questions or want to share your own e-bike stories. Thank you for watching.